So I looked up the definition of quagmire in the dictionary, and it reads here, a quagmire is a soft, wet area of land like a bog or mud that sinks under your feet. But it also means a hard, messy, or dangerous problem that is tough to escape. So, yeah, I guess, in other terms, it means a sticky wicket. So I guess the term quagmire has quite the double meaning, don't you think? Yes, a triple meaning if you count Glenn Quagmire from Family Guy. Giggity. Hey, paisanos! This is Gamer23, and welcome back to Let's Play Banjo Tooie! So in the last part, we took on Jiggy Wiggy's Challenge 6. We unlocked Grunty Industries. And we also did a bit of backtracking to Witchy Worlds and to Jolly Roger's Lagoon. We got the last of Mrs. Boggy's kids. And we hatched Tip-Tup's unhatched child. And we got him upright again, so yeah. Alright, so now in the quagmire, there's a couple of questionable landmarks, like there's this giant bunch of cables leading out from there, and leading all the way up to there, beyond the clouds. And also this overhead bridge where you probably think that those are railroad tracks for Chuffy to use, but we never see him use them. But that's not important. What is important is finally entering World 6. Grunty Industries. Alright, prepare yourself for the toxic work environment of Grunty Industries. Where pollution and heavy machinery in a factory of hazardous havocs awaits. And wouldn't you know it, we can't even get in, because the main entrance is closed. Great. So how are we gonna get into the factory? Let's ask this guy. I'm sure he'll be able to help us. Well, hi to you, good sir. Would you mind telling us how to get into Grunty Industries? Oh, shit! Okay, rude. So... Okay, so I guess he can't help us, so I guess we're on our own. Great. Okay, so it's basically like another factory level, like Frantic Factory from Donkey Kong 64. Except for this one, instead of making evil toys, this factory kind of does everything else. But, nope. And we got ourselves a rogue battery just hopping around. Can knock him out, but can't really do much without just Banjo to shove him in his backpack. Kinda occupado at the moment. Oh, ah. Oh great, more of those swamp-dwelling beasts just wanting to take a bite out of our legs. Okay, cross the drums of toxic waste. Great. And you may remember a little bit ago, when we were exploring Jolly Roger's Lagoon, we traveled down one of those tunnels with the fans. So apparently I was mistaken. That one ginger we caught back then actually counted towards this world instead of Jolly Roger's Lagoon. It just didn't tally it up until we entered Grunty Industries. So yeah. So, not too shabby of a start, but we got a long way to go. First things first is finding out how we get into the ding-dang factory itself. Okay, so those unholy snapdragons waiting to chomp us out of existence. Okay, so up here, nothing but just a bog of toxic ooze as far as the eye can see, as well as wilted trees. So yeah, doesn't look like the most environmentally friendly world, now does it? Okay, well, let's read this signpost anyway. Short on battery power? Try looking here! 1. Above the world entry and exit. 2. Floor 2, guarded by tin tops. 3. Floor 2, near the electromagnet chamber door. 4. Floor 3, near Momo's skull. Okay, so that's a long list of places to remember. Okay, so the only thing we can do for right now, we can't get into the factory itself with just Banjo and Kazooie, but what we can do is activate the train station doors with this switch here. Okay, so yeah. That's basically the only thing we can do. So we're gonna have to rely on Chuffy to transport us into the factory itself. Okay, so that's pretty much all we can do for the moment, but we'll find a way to open up the main entrance somehow and get inside the factory. Ah, come on. Ugh, those vile slurping sounds of those creatures. Okay, so yeah, these monsters just working overtime just don't seem to be any help at all. And those that conspicuous trail of Kazooie feet leading upwards will come into play later. But, unfortunately, we gotta go. For now, at least. Okay, so we're gonna have to go back and get Chuffy from Pterodactyl Land in order for us to actually make some progress in Grunty Industries. Inside the factory itself, so... Alright, so... let's return to the wasteland. So... there's a lot to unpack, just... So yeah, we go from a world full of dinosaurs to a toxic, heavy industrial factory, but, sure, why not? Anything goes in Rareware games. Alright, so yeah, real quick. So not the most conventional way of entering a world, but it's the only way. So, you gotta climb on board Chuffy here. Still letting off steam, so good. Let's keep it that way. Okay, so Grunty Industries, here we come. Alright. All aboard with Chuffy! With wheel slip and all. I honestly love that detail about steam locomotives is when they have that wheel slip when they're starting off and just trying to gain traction. Alright. Steam locomotive entering the heavy industrial factory. Kinda seems a little out of place. But sure, here we are, inside Grunty Industries. Alright. So let's explore the factory. With all of its toxic barrels, some of its Some of them are so toxic they're even moving. Great. Okay, reduce them to scrap metal. Alright. Alright. We got a hazard loading ramp here, but don't really think that there's going to be anything to load into the wagon here, so. But it is kind of cool that we can actually explore the other end of Chuffy here. Yeah, cool vantage point here. So yeah, we can't climb on the opposite end, but so yeah, just like I mentioned before, it does seem kind of out of place that a steam locomotive is inside a modern heavy industry factory filled with toxic waste and stuff like that. It seems like a more fitting environment for like a diesel locomotive or something like that. And yes, an electric locomotive would also be fitting. But whatever. Chuffy's the only train that we know of. Okay, so amidst the flashing hazard lights, there's a bit more to explore here than you'd think. Okay, so time to explore what's inside this fragile box with the rearwear logo. Okay, shock jump spring pad. I would have guessed. Okay, come on, up to Daisy. Onto the bar. Okay, so yeah. A depot station always needs like a crane to help with some heavy-duty cargo. At least I got the details down here. Alright, there we go. So let's just grab our way across to the empty honeycomb piece. Across to the hook. Okay, so yeah, no reference to the classical movie Hook, but whatever. Alright, so it's just a peek of what to expect in Grunty Industries. So, unlike in Frantic Factory and Donkey Kong 64, this one is a little bit more of a serious subject about literal toxic waste and other hazardous materials. Okay, and here we enter. Alert! Intruders detected! Activate the tin tops! Oh great, security drones before security drones were even a thing. Oh, and security cameras. It figures. So yeah. Okay, so avoid the tin tops, unless you get shocked. Great. Oh, stay back! Okay, so yeah, like I said, these are basically security drones. Back before. Ah, and the camera resets itself, so of course. Okay, so plenty of musical notes for us to collect amongst the box of defective goods. And barrels of toxic waste. Okay, so A56. Have no idea what that means, but I don't care. Let's just get out of here. Okay, so So, unless we want to save ourselves another trip via Chuffy, we want to find a way to get the main gate open. But let's just do some exploring around here. Oh, service elevator, huh?
Access denied. The service elevator can be used by mechanical personnel only.
Mechanical personnel. Huh. I sense Humbawumba will be able to help us out with that one. Okay, so... anything else? Ooh. These cool... claw clamber boots. Oh. Well, we're supposed to find out how to use it. We'll find out their actual name in just a sec.
Access denied. Door has insufficient power to open. Battery required.
Okay, so yeah, that battery we saw outside, that's gonna come into play here. In the waste disposal plant. So yes. The place where we shut off the toxic waste for the piggies pool back in Jolly Rogers. I think that this is definitely the place. But you'll see. Okay, so we gotta figure out a way to find a way up front. But let's go take a look in the workers' quarters. Maybe we'll see something good down here. Okay, floor 1, workers' quarters. Okay. Okay, huge poster of Vela from Jet Force Gemini. Oh great, here come more security drones. Okay, so yeah, this is basically the workers' break room, I guess. Considering, I can honestly say it's much more shabby than the break rooms I'm used to. Okay, so you can hear somebody. This little rabbit guy here isn't looking very good.
Look at the state of my overalls. I'll be in real trouble if I can't find a way of getting them clean.
What's so wrong with dirty, filthy overalls? That's basically heavy industrial dress code, is it not? Jokes aside, we probably should find a way to get his clothes clean. Okay, so... anything inside this book, or... no. Oh! What do we have here? It looks like a beta version of Humbawumba. So yeah, she was wearing a purple dress rather than a yellow dress. And, nice touch with the mumbo-jumbo wallpaper. Okay, so this is just one of the rooms. So let's check out this one. Okay, so... ooh. Wrench bedspread. And, not really sure what's on the walls, but, here we have a locker, and... so, yeah, just basically where the workers go to change shifts and whatnot. Okay, so... security camera, right up there. So yeah, as a kid, I kind of had to keep my eyes peeled for where the security cameras were, obviously. Okay, so, wait a minute. I hear something familiar coming from the men's room. It's Loggo! From the first game. Okay, so from Mad Monster Mansion all the way to Grunty Industries. So yeah, it's our favorite toilet that flushed us down in pumpkin form in the first game. Good times, huh? Okay, let's see what he has to say.
Hey there, Banjo.
Loggo, what are you doing here?
Well, Grunty ripped me out of her mansion and stuck me in here. Boy, you should see the mess some of those workers make.
I don't want to know!
Anyway, someone thought it funny to fill me full of paper. I really need unblocking, if you wouldn't mind.
We do, actually.
Brother.
I'm all blocked up. Help!
Then call a plumber. I think Mario's free at the moment.
I don't think he actually does that kind of work anymore.
Real clever there, Rareware. Taking a jab at Mario of all people. Yeah, good point. He basically does everything but plumbing these days. I mean, he basically does tennis, golf, go-kart racing, soccer, painting, and even practicing medicine, but plumbing is not really one of his strongest traits right now. Okay, so gotta make like a plunger and plunge into some ugly toilet water. Okay, suck it up, Kazooie. Come on.
Did that help?
Yep, I can feel a movement in my U-bend. You'd better stand back. This could be messy.
Oh, Cheeto page. Nasty.
It's a Cheeto book page. No use to me, though. I only like the quilted stuff. I guess you can have it.
Ew. Just nasty.
Can you lock the door on the way out? I've just been cleaned, and I don't want them filthy workers messing me up.
Right. Probably not. Not really a good idea. Can't really do anything, because the door's been blown open. And funny enough, if you come back down here later, there'll be another worker in the ladies' room. Just assuming that they're using it because Loggo's out of order or something. Okay, so let's focus on getting the door open. So yeah, we've only got one last bit of health left. Let's make it count. Okay, so yeah, we got two switches, one for Banjo only and one for Kazooie only. Okay, so this is the main entrance door. Okay, come on. No, sir. Your shift does not include pummeling bear and bird, so at least not this time around. Okay, let's get this door open. Alright. First the bear. And then the bird. Alright, open sesame! The grand main entrance of Grunty Industries arises. Alright, at last we can use the main entrance and not have to sneak in with Chuffy. Alright, wonderful. Alright. Okay, so yeah, it was good to see Loggo again, even though being friends with a toilet isn't very well considered very kosher or very clean in this case. It's just weird. Okay, if Banjo just went along and said, "Hey, I'm best friends with a toilet," then I'm pretty sure lots of people would just kind of back slowly away. Just kind of thinking, what a freak. Okay, well, I think that's a good first introduction to Grunty Industries. We'll learn the claw climber boots and explore more floors in the next parts. So yeah, we'll need to learn. We'll be learning a couple of new moves, because I think I remember there's one in the waste disposal plant once we get the hatch open. But we'll wait till the next part for that. So thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, and if you would leave a comment and or like, that would be most appreciated. Until next time on Banjo Tooie, this is StudentGamer23, signing out. And I'm really hoping Loggo doesn't have any more clogging problems, but given how those filthy workers thought it funny to just stuff a Cheeto page of all things in him, I've got my doubts. So yeah, what's next? They're gonna use instruction manual for like one of the factory's pieces of equipment to clean up after themselves. Gross. Just beyond nasty.